everybody. It's Sarah Evans. Welcome back to another episode of Diving In Deep, the podcast. And today we have an amazing sister duet. I had such a fun conversation with them because I grew up singing with my siblings. So we had a lot to talk about, a lot in common. Their name is Tiger Lily Gold, and you're going to love them. You guys, if you like this episode, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, download the episode, comment, share it, all the things. Thank you. Tiger Lily Gold, which is so funny to introduce you as that because you have names.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes.
Kendra and
Krista. But we really don't care about our first names. As long as you have Tiger Lily Gold, we're fine.
Okay,
or the girls.
Tiger Lily Gold. How did you think of that name? What does that mean?
So we're from North Dakota originally. We're sisters, and we started our band at 14 and 16 years old. And in North Dakota, in our parents' backyard, there were wild tiger lilies just sprouting out. And we just love the flower, and it just felt so young and fun and fresh. And so we chose Tiger Lily, and then we changed the spelling of it to Tigirl Illy to kind of have that female empowerment always in our name. And then a few years ago, we actually added on the word gold for several different reasons. But it all points back home to North Dakota and just the beauty of home.
We're thankful we chose a band name that we like, still like at this age. So,
yeah, absolutely. I have a learning disability with names. I can't remember names.
That's okay. I'm the same way.
I can't do it.
Yeah. I have met somebody 7 times and I know them.
Yes.
But I'm too embarrassed to ask at that point. And I know them. I just cannot remember their names. But Kendra's very good at, she's very gifted with people in that sense. So as long as I have her with me, she's like my little flashcard.
She can do it.
That's that person.
Especially a Kristen.
Yeah. Krista.
See?
Exactly. But I get Kristen a lot. Christy.
Or Christy.
Yeah.
Krista.
Krista.
I always want to change it to Kirsten.
Or yeah.
I don't know.
There's a lot of different variations of how the name could go.
As long as you get close.
So that's why
that's all I can
Tiger
ask.
Lilies.
Yeah.
Took it right.
Yeah.
But there are more siblings.
Yeah, we have another sister, Carly, and we tried to get her to join the band early on, and she was not about it. She's in the medical field, and she's the baby. So I'm the oldest. Krista's the middle child, and then Carly's the baby of the family. Yep. So there's 3 girls. Yep.
So, and Carly starts with a K.
Yes.
It's all Ks.
And our dad's name's Kendall.
You guys are like the Kardashians.
We have so many similarities.
The Midwest country Kardashians.
Yes. The blonde version.
Yes.
Right.
There you go. Yeah. And our, Kendall and Brenda could be Kris Kardashian. She's, she was a momager at one point.
Yeah.
Get it, Mom.
Right. Sometimes my kids will tease me and call me Kris Jenner, and it pisses me off so bad because I'm like, I'm not a momager.
You're not a momager?
No.
You're not about that?
No, but even though
your kids do music, right?
They do.
So, but you're like, you do your thing, and I'm just here to support.
I'm just here to support.
I love that.
Although I did make them tour with me when they were teenagers because I realized that I had the opportunity to be on stage from 6 years old. I grew up singing in bars and, my entire life. They all grew up on tour with me.
Yeah.
On the bus, but not on stage. And so that was kind of the only time I momagered them. I was like, I really feel like you guys need this experience of being on stage instead of just side stage.
I mean, but that's work experience. If you grow up on a farm, your parents are probably going to make you do farm stuff. Yeah. So I don't see a difference here.
That's just wisdom.
That's your job.
Right. I worked my ass off on the farm.
Yeah.
Are y'all farmers or are you just
small towners?
Okay,
small towners. We are both our grandparents farmed. So we come from an agricultural background. But it's funny because growing up, we're like, oh, we're not country. We're like town kids. And our town was 2,000 people.
Yes, I would have thought of you as town kids.
Yeah, we're
exactly.
town kids.
Yeah, we ride the bus to school.
We didn't. Yeah, we didn't ride the bus. We didn't have horses.
Yes,
we didn't live in the country, so we were like, I guess we're not that country. And then moving to Nashville and seeing just
a little bit of a culture shock.
How everybody has grown up. It's like, yeah, we're very country and everything we did growing up. Yeah. I mean, our town was 2,000 people, so very, very small, rural. Our community is very agricultural, farming, ranching. But yeah, our dad was
good Midwestern values.
Missouri. Yes.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, in kindergarten, the the country kids, the farmers we had to go to school in the morning for half the day. And then the kids in town went in the afternoon for half the day.
Oh, interesting.
That's
because
different.
I guess the parents needed the kids home. I mean, I was 5. Why did I have to work on the farm at 5?
They're like,
That's
can
bullshit.
you see above the steering wheel? You're driving a combine.
I was just saying,
you know?
And I was.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
That's
I
why
was
the driving
made
age
to
is
drive.
lower there. Yeah.
Yes. I was terrified. Like I was made to drive this big truck with a long flatbed trailer, and we would haul thousands of bales of hay, and you know, it was terrifying. I thought we were going to flip in the field, in the pasture. Anyway, but I would have thought of y'all as being rich and town kids because
City slickers.
you would have been afternoon kindergartners.
Yeah, because we didn't have
which
a
is
farm.
another great band name.
That was our second choice.
I was jealous of y'all though, because when we had snow days, we had to go to school still.
True.
That's when I was jealous of y'all.
And the country kids did not have
the
to go to
buses
school.
weren't running, which is
I
like,
never thought
kind
of
a lame
that.
excuse.
Still did, yeah. When it was 40 below, we were still there.
There's pros and cons.
Okay, that makes no sense though, because some of you are going to be ahead in class and some are going to be behind.
Yeah, the poor country kids.
The country kids are going to just
catch up.
stay dumb. They're just going to stay dumb like I did.
Because they didn't have to make up the days, right?
No.
Because
Yeah,
the
yeah,
school
so y'all were in
excused
there
it.
learning like how to spell tiger lily or armadillo.
Yeah, and they don't know.
And they didn't know.
You know,
Who made that decision? That was really dumb.
Hands up, wasn't me.
it was totally me. I made the
Really, really
decision. I was
dumb.
like, I want to make sure country kids don't get the fullest education. So.
That's not fair. I'm sure that's what happened to me. Yeah. Well, I went to college for 11 days.
11.
Okay.
11
Where'd you go to
days.
college?
Central Methodist College in Fayette, Missouri. Had a good music program. I got a full ride scholarship. And I got there and I was like, F this, F these girls. All these girls are rich because they're from town. Even though my town was 1,200 people.
Yeah.
But they were rich and spoiled and I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
I'd already been on stage my whole life singing country, really, really country, bluegrass. And they wanted me to become like the opera singer. And I didn't want to do music theory.
Yep.
Even though now I understand music. I mean, I can read charts.
Music
but-
theory is hard.
Yeah.
So y'all went to Belmont.
We did,
yeah.
We were not in the vocal program though. We actually consciously chose music business to be our major because in our minds we were already singing, playing a ton of shows. We were
You went
already
to school
writing
on snow
songs.
days, so you had the mind
Exactly.
to be in business.
And I think we just wanted something. We were always so terrified of getting taken advantage of in the music industry because everyone just tells you so many horror stories, which, I mean, it happens. So we really wanted to be educated in the business sense and be able to read our contracts and know what is, fair in the music industry. So we
And now
chose
you've
that
learned
route.
that nothing is.
No, yeah.
Nothing ever.
Nothing.
Just because you understand it doesn't
Not
mean
if
it
you're
makes
an
it better.
artist. No.
No, yeah.
If you're anything else but an artist, it's fair.
Hey.
But
Yeah, luckily we're very blessed to work with people who don't try to cheat us, which is awesome. And very lucky in that
well,
sense.
not even
But,
bad people.
Yeah.
It's just the way the overall system.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
the
That
system.
It's set up for the artist to fail and be broke and not make it. Like that's the way it's designed.
I think it's so funny because I think the perception is we are living our dreams, which is so awesome. We've always been like, hey, if we can pay our bills doing music, that is our bottom line and we are successful. And we still believe that. Like, I've never had to work different jobs, just crazy. And
You're
we worked
so right.
We work downtown, like playing Broadway sets. So I consider that obviously work. But it's crazy because you have to pay everyone before you get paid your percentages. And that's just obviously how the industry is set up. But
Especially when you sign your first record deal and people are like, back home in North Dakota being like, oh my gosh, these girls are now probably just so rich.
You don't become rich overnight.
And you're like,
No.
well, now I have to pay a business manager and management and publisher and booking and all these different people. Have all these teams now.
Your
and
band,
it's like your band, your
bus,
crew.
and then you're splitting it two ways.
Yeah,
with the duo.
it's
Right.
taken a while for us to feel good.
Exactly. Yeah. And then
But it keeps going, the hunger, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I know that you guys are having success and congratulations, by the way, on the ACM.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
won or nominated?
So we won our
our first nomination.
Okay, I see. I knew that. I just didn't want to second. I mean, I did second guess.
I'd
myself.
rather you be like,
I know,
because it would suck if you were like, did you win? And we're like,
exactly.
No. Yeah, we actually didn't win.
I didn't want to be like, congratulations on your win. And then
all of the same week. It was our first nomination for ACM, and then we won new duo group, and then we got to perform on the award show for the first time. So it was
amazing.
a lot of big stuff in 1 week, but it was.
What year was
amazing.
that?
Last year.
Oh,
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, 24. Yep.
So y'all are in the midst of everything
happening.
Rocking.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
like we feel closer to everything that we've ever dreamed about right now where we're at. And honestly, if it all ended today, we feel so grateful for everything that has happened. And we've got to experience things we never ever thought possible, like being here with you today. I mean, I would sing Born to Fly at every single
She would.
talent show I ever was in, and
that's
every
awesome.
show.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm telling my dreams to the scarecrow. Like,
You have great talent competition
so I'm like,
songs.
the fact that
Yes.
we're
Thank
here
you. Because they're rangy.
They're hard.
You know?
They're
They
so
show off
hard.
the range for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, your songs are not easy to sing.
They're
and I'm
so
sure I
hard.
didn't sound great at all on them, but it gave me the you gave me the confidence I
Yes.
needed to start. But
Everybody who sings background for me and does sound check for me, they're always like, God, it's so hard. These songs are, but
it's
I don't know why.
Well, yeah, your
that
background
chorus.
singers, because I even think about, so she does all the lead vocal for our band, and I do all the harmony and guitar and stuff. But I almost think you need to be either rangier or better is a, kind of a divisive word, but like to sing backgrounds for someone who's already so good, I think they have to at least as
Who
good
already sings
or
so
better.
high.
And
Yeah.
high. And,
Yeah.
and also, because if the lead vocalist is good, they're going to know if you're also, if you're
Right.
not on.
Yeah.
So you better be bringing it.
yes,
Yeah.
The harmony on Born to Fly especially is so freaking high.
Yeah.
It's, and
Stratosphere.
Suds is very high, but I just have a really high voice, so you're just, but I did most of those harmonies with my sisters.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I have 4 younger sisters and 2 older brothers.
Okay.
My brother started taking guitar lessons, which is how the whole thing started. And then they would come home and practice. I would start singing along. Our parents were like, we can probably make money off of them. And so they started booking us out in bars and
in bars.
bars.
I love it.
Oh, I tell this on stage all the time, but I was, 6, 7, 8 years old in bars watching drunk people two-step, and I was singing these songs that I had no idea what they meant.
Yeah.
No. Which if you started singing young, you understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah. The
like-
way adult subject matter for us to be singing about, really.
Oh, yeah. One of them was, 'cause when we get behind closed doors, then she lets her hair hang down. Then she makes me proud that I'm a man. I never can sing great on these podcasts because I'm so exhausted from the road.
Sound
beautiful.
No one knows what goes on behind closed doors. I'm like 6 years old.
Yeah.
And everyone's like jamming with you, and
'Cause
you're
it was
like,
a big hit song.
yeah. Oh my gosh,
we sing
amazing.
a lot of those like early 2000s country songs. It's
Yeah.
like, must be doing something right. And you're like, why is she sighing? Like,
Yeah,
what is that?
what-
I'm like 7.
I can feel you breathe.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Some of the
shit.
Faith Hill
Yeah.
songs too. It's just
Yeah.
like, she just cuts right to the chase. I'm like,
Oh,
you go, girl.
yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
That Faith Hill video of Breathe,
So sexy.
that pissed me
Yeah.
off more than anything. Because I was so pregnant when that came out with my first child, my son Avery, and then I have 2 girls. And I was just a whale. I mean, I was just on the couch and I was watching CMT and miserable, because I was ready to give birth. And I am so competitive, so I thought I was going to be behind, and all that. And
The things this industry puts in your head.
exactly.
Yep.
Yes. And, my record label called like the day after the baby was born and said, when are you going to lose the baby weight? I was
my
like,
gosh.
It was probably Greg.
Oh my
He was
gosh,
probably
I
like-
would have.
I did.
I wish I could have been there to throw hands for you.
I really
cried all night.
hope. I do think it's changed a little bit in a positive way. Obviously,
I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay. It really is. I mean, on one hand, I get it because we are a product.
Yeah.
And, they
they
were
expect
like,
you to look a certain way and be a certain way. And
right. But I remember watching that
Faith
Hill video and just going, okay, I'm going to come out after having this baby as like, I want to be a sex symbol. I want to be that. That's what I'm going to do. And so that became my
Does she know that?
Oh yeah, I told her. Okay. Yeah, I told her how mad I was, but she's just gorgeous.
Oh, I mean, you both are just stunning.
Well, so are y'all.
Oh,
I mean, seriously.
Thank you.
So the sister that is in medical?
Yes.
Okay. She also has music talent though, right?
No. Actually, no one in our family
No.
besides us has musical ability.
Okay.
Which is very odd. I mean, we grew up singing in church and stuff. Yep. Our younger sister, I think she's actually more of a music fan even than we are.
Okay.
She'll be going to Bonnaroo every year. She'll be going to any concert. And our immediate family has since moved to Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
So they're
Oh,
all here.
good.
Which is
Yeah,
great.
yeah, it's really nice.
That's great.
Our younger sister's obsessed with music, going to all these concerts. She just, yeah.
Well,
she sings.
sometimes
She
that
sings.
implies a musical gift when you
Yes.
can pick great music.
Yeah.
Yes, and she's very competitive for us. Like when we have a song release, or if something's like charting on iTunes or something,
She'll find
be
the playlist
You're
we're
at
on.
3. We need to get you to 1. She's very
Yes.
competitive for us too, which is really cute. And
I
she's
love that.
she's a good little fangirl. She only gets jealous of what we do when we get to travel to really cool places.
Yes.
Like
She
Okay.
gets the FOMO with traveling when we get, like our UK trips or.
but she's not jealous of us when we're
Or
you know,
like
getting
being left out.
Yeah, she feels a little left out when we get
Right.
to travel to London or Scotland.
And
or,
we're always together for our
Right.
trips. Like we see each other about every day.
but we
I'm
try
sure.
to include her as much as we can and have her out whenever we can.
I did. I
Right.
really thought I was going to be a great sister because we are planning on a country cruise here in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And my boyfriend, he couldn't make the trip because he also does music as well. His name's Walker Montgomery. I'm not sure if you've met him before, but
I have not met him yet,
I don't know if he's done
think.
some gigs with you or not, but. He couldn't make it, so I was like, "Oh, I'm going to ask Carly, and she's going to be so excited." But she has to work, so I thought I was going to be great sister.
That would have been so fun.
People have to work 9 to 5.
I know. See, and that's when you can be frustrated with the music industry, but
No, we're so lucky.
spoiled,
so lucky
Oh my
and
gosh.
blessed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. We look at. I mean, our dad. He's a respiratory therapist and he's pulling 12-hour shifts. And I'm like, when I feel tired, I just think about that. Like yes, we're tired. And
We're allowed to feel tired.
Yeah, but
a
that's-
lot of people are tired. A lot of people are tired when they work their jobs.
exactly.
And a lot of people, have like really, really hard labor intensive jobs.
Very hard.
Where,
Yes.
which I feel like being on the road is also very labor intensive. Because, you're doing the 90-minute show and the meet and greet and the travel and the wear
Yes.
and tear. But it's
And vocally too.
and
Yes.
vocally, but it's not like that. So we are very, very, very
And
blessed.
We do get to do what we love to do.
Yes.
And a lot
Yeah.
of people, sadly don't end up getting to do something they love to do every day, which is
or
I hate
even
that.
know what they want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are all very lucky to be sitting here today for sure.
We're,
Tell
and
me
we're
where-
always there to give each other reality checks like that too, which is nice. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. If
You're getting a little too big of a head
yeah.
over
We
here.
normally check in on the daily. Maybe
Now-
sometimes on purpose. Maybe not. Sometimes on purpose.
you're the one who likes to do your own makeup.
Yes, I love to do my own makeup.
Now, why was this a talking point in the notes they gave me?
This is funny. I
I
have
don't
no
know what
idea.
the notes they gave
I don't.
you.
Yeah. What did the notes say?
Well, it just was one of the things, which is funny because I thought maybe there was like.
do you like to do your own makeup or do you have someone do yours?
Okay, for 20
What's your-
years,
yep.
my brother was my bass player on tour.
Okay.
And he was my band leader.
Yep.
His wife came out and did my hair and makeup. KK. Greg
Oh.
Nelson. Hair, makeup, wardrobe. And so I was so spoiled for all that time because she, all I had to bring on the bus was just sweats and jammies and stuff like that. She brought my show clothes and put them together.
care
and
of it.
all of it. Did my hair and makeup. I would take a nap before the show in makeup. I would lay down and
Beautiful.
so they had a surprise later baby. Mm-hmm. Their first baby, Millie, came on the road with us and with my kids. And so we, I had my own bus and it was a girl bus with the exception of my son, Avery, but he was little. And then when Avery joined the band, he was on the band bus playing guitar. Anyway, all that to say, they had a surprise baby and they were like, we can't And I agreed. Like, for them to bring 2 kids on the road,
a lot.
it's one thing for me to do it because it's my organization and my, but so they came off the road after 20 something years, which I've been on stage with my brother since I was 6. He's always been playing bass for me. I had to learn how to do my own makeup, my own hair, dress myself. And I was quite devastated.
Yeah.
And then we went down to one bus to save money, like after COVID, because the buses are so
expensive.
It's unbelievable.
Yep.
We saved $500,000 by not taking out
It's
a bus for me.
insanity.
Yeah. Now I have come to love it. To answer your question, long-winded answer.
Yep.
I love doing my makeup. Now I feel like it's kind
Your
of
me
therapeutic
time. Yeah.
before the show.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. I love doing my makeup. I've always loved it because I'm very like a girly girl
And you're very good at it.
through and through.
She's
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I think it's the 1 hour throughout the chaotic day that I can feel control of and just have that that moment to just take a deep breath and okay, I can control this. I'm doing my hair. I just petted the mic. Doing my own hair and makeup.
Settling into it. It's relaxing
and then I don't know. I'm obsessed with it. I love doing my makeup, and I'll do it for honestly photo shoots and video shoots now. And
Wow.
the label's saving a lot of money on me.
I love
And
that.
I'm like, I need help.
yeah.
Please.
She's like, please hire somebody.
I don't want to do it. Actually stresses me out because I think she's always been so good at it. I know I'm not as talented in the hair and makeup department as her. I can do like show glam fine. I have a couple looks.
You've
I
gotten
stick
so
to.
good at it. You look your makeup today.
Yeah, you look
amazing.
great.
And
Yeah.
I feel confident I can pull off certain looks. I would still rather, but when someone else does my hair and makeup, it looks better, which I like. I'm like, you're a
Exactly.
professional. I should look better, So
You're right, because you didn't go to school for it. Like
No.
when KK does my makeup, that's when I feel the most like I look like Sarah Evans.
Yeah.
the glam, yes.
Like
Yeah, she
star.
did me for so long. Like
Yes.
every red carpet, every photo shoot you've ever seen, every album cover, all of that has been her makeup and hair. So yeah, so
Yeah, because
I'm-
you start to develop that look, that style, that signature,
Yes.
makeup thing.
And
that-
also where you feel you look like you feel your most confident too.
Yes.
You go out on
Yes.
stage, it's like I feel like I look my best.
Right.
Therefore, I'm gonna go out there and crush it.
Exactly.
It does matter. I mean, obviously, you have days you don't feel your best, and I do fine with my show glam and stuff. But man, I also maybe I'm just a little lazy too because I just love sitting there and just going like this, and I'm like being like, I
do you like to wait till the last minute to get ready?
Yes,
Me too.
yeah.
I have to force myself to start 2 hours before the show. That way I'm not rushed. And because you can have a bad eyelash day.
I am always like, Krista, we should start getting ready now. Krista, we should really.
It's because I hate the process of getting ready. I
If
hate
we're
it.
ready a little
I
bit.
hate it. I hate it.
If we're early, we can do a TikTok video or something, or
Which is great.
Yeah, never happens.
No.
She's always
I'm
like
pokey.
pokey, and even if she does allow herself extra time, she will use the extra time to get
Because
ready.
then I can be slower. Yeah.
Right. Also, I would never waste my voice on a TikTok before a show.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I wish I had that mentality. I'm like, well, I think obviously like
We're at such
your
different
era
levels.
I think there's probably just pros and cons to how the industry is. Obviously now, it's
Right.
like, y'all, radio was king, and radio
King.
still matters so much now.
Yeah.
People. We still think it matters.
It
for us. And it's like
does.
the biggest country stars are still cranking out radio hits.
Well, and they're the ones that are nominated
Yes.
for all the awards.
Yep.
They're
They're the faces of country music.
They are.
But for you, I mean, you have how many countless hits? We're still, trying to get
Right.
all of those. So we're like,
We're just doing everything we can.
we got to be on
gotta
the
do
socials
everything.
and
That's
try
right.
to do everything. So if I were you, I would also not be doing any TikToks before a show.
Right, exactly. Because I'm just like, and I do my meet and greets after the show. Like I like
Yeah.
everything after the show.
Okay, that's interesting. Just to like really get prepared for the show and be in the
'Cause
zone.
I want-
or
I even
to-
noticed your meet and greets are after the show as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
The meet and greets after the show because I just don't want to talk. I don't want to. I just want to come out. I want to come out there and have them see me for the first time.
Yeah.
And then after the show, everybody loves
And
me.
you're
and it
relaxed.
was great. And
Yep.
some people are crying because they've, listened.
They had the show experience to take
Right.
with them.
Right.
and then they can share
Yes.
that experience
Honestly,
with
I'm
you.
not in a hurry.
Yep, I love that.
Yes.
I think your very much, and you're onto something. You already have solidified that, but like you might be onto something.
I would highly recommend it.
Might steal your idea a little bit.
Yeah,
eventually.
A lot of people don't, because I think they like to finish the show, come off go back to the bus and immediately start like drinking or partying or whatever. But I like to
share it with the fans.
Yeah. Now, when the kids were little,
right,
I hated the meet and greets because I was trying to get back to the kids.
Yeah,
because I had already been an hour and a half of makeup, 90 minutes on stage, then a meet and greet. So,
and you're trying to be the best at both, and you were the best. You are the best at both. So
thank you.
But yeah, I get.
So where are y'all now? Because it's hard for me to understand the music industry as it is now, because I got a record deal and the record label made me famous. People have to make themselves famous these days.
I think there's just so many factors that go into it. I mean, we signed a record deal about 3-4 years ago now.
Monument Records.
Right at the end of the pandemic. And we came out of the pandemic. I mean, we were literally we were on unemployment. We had no work. We had no deal. It was the low, okay?
Yeah, we had no industry support.
It was just, we were trying to figure out what we were going to do next. We had been playing on Broadway for 3 years, and we were like, are we going to have to move back home to North Dakota at this point?
Right.
Signed record deal. Shane McAnally.
With who, I'm sorry?
Monument Records.
Okay.
So
it's a division of Sony.
Shane McAnally, Jason Owen, they all own it together.
Got it.
Joint venture.
Joint venture, yes. And so we signed that deal, and then we've put out an album and an EP with them. We've had 2 songs at radio. We have another song going to radio on Monday.
Congratulations!
I know, so we're very excited. We're very grateful.
What's the name of that song?
It's called Forever From Here.
Is it going to be a hit?
It's going to be our first number one. I don't know.
Great.
That feels very...
How high have you gone on the charts?
We've had top 30s.
27.
Right. Awesome.
27 with our last song.
Our first song went top 40. And obviously the radio game is very long-winded right now, and it's just very much a hustle. And
it is.
We're not afraid of it. We're not afraid of hard work, but we're just...
And that hasn't changed. No.
I guess it always has been a hustle. Yeah. So first song was top 40. Our last single was top 30. So we're just trying to we're just building. You know what I mean? We just want every song to do better than the last.
What is this song about, and why is it going to be? It's going to be your first number one. I'm telling you that right now. We're just putting that out there.
It's going to be, There's never been a sister duo at country radio with a number one, isn't that insane?
It's crazy that we could be the first of something, really. Yeah.
Wait, has there ever been a sister duo?
I don't.
Period.
The Kinleys?
Kinleys, had maybe a top 10 or 5.
Yeah.
Greg was
and obviously like the chicks, there was sisters in it, and there's been a sister trio. Like Shadazy was 3 sisters.
True. So sister
duo. It's like very
adjacent.
Specific. Yeah.
But sister duo,
Yep.
Except Sweethearts of the Radio.
Yes, right. I was just saying, yes.
And
we have fact checked this. Because
and do you guys love Heart? Do you cover any Heart songs?
Oh, we've done Alone a little bit, but covering Heart is the scariest thing of all time, because obviously they're just they have the best voices ever.
Yeah, if you're coming out and you're doing Barracuda, you gotta do it.
See, that's my range.
Yeah, you would crush that.
If I had to go out and cover a low range person, I would be like, oh,
see,
that is.
I can sing some, Wynonna Judd, that kind of thing. A little.
She does have a lower voice, naturally.
That. I love to do the powerful stuff too, but I feel a little more comfortable in that lower. So, but Forever From Here it's about Midwest, where we grew up, and we wrote it with Shane McAnally and Pete Good, and it's a love song, and it just feels really, really nostalgic. We grew up on that early 2000s, late 90s country. That's all we listened to was country radio, and it definitely has those vibes of even kind of that early Keith Urban, Lady A, Little Big Town. Like, I hope when people listen to it, they kind of hear the Chicks, those sounds.
Yes.
But it's obviously our own modern version, but it's about just falling in love in the middle of nowhere and seeing Forever From Here, and we just released it, so it's the beginning of the song, so hopefully we can watch this back a year from now and just be celebrating and having some tequila.
Are you gonna do the whole radio tour? Like,
we've done it for the past 2-3 years. So we've
you're
been
going
grinding.
out for the song too.
Definitely going out, meeting the station. Well, we've
played a lot of shows and just being at the top of mind for people. Like, what do you need?
Do you need a sister duo? We are there. Like, we will do whatever needs to be done to get this song. It's, y'all
want us to come out to California to meet 20 people? We'll do it.
We really want this song to do well, and so we're ready to work as hard as we can and do whatever we need to.
It is nice not having to make too many first introductions anymore.
Yes, we know most of the people now, which is really nice.
Right.
I will say.
Like when you go to CRS,
Yes, we know.
everybody knows you.
Yes.
They're standing up to want to come over and say hi to
Yes.
you and all that.
It's not like our radio team's taking us around for the first time.
Right.
And we're
Hey,
being
this is
introduced.
so and
That's
so.
a
We
great
can just
feeling.
go up to people and be like, "Oh my gosh, how
Yeah.
are you? How's your husband, or how are
the
your
song.
kids?
No.
Yeah.
And can you play the song?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Country radio was, I had a love hate with them, and you don't have to comment about that because you're in the middle of doing it. So
Hey, we take all the support from country radio.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can bash country radio, but you can't. They always made it difficult for me. Like, they would say like 3 hit records is, and then that's it. It's easy street from then on. And they would always make me work for it. I mean, just like I would have a huge hit and the next release would be stonewalled, and there's so many factors that go into that. It could have nothing to do with you. It could just be, again, that they were mad at Greg.
I know that's what is. I still think it's not this quite the same, obviously, but with radio, it's like there's some artists that obviously you have artists like Jelly Roll or Morgan Wallen or Post Malone or whatever.
They're going to be an automatic.
Automatic
fly.
because they're just so huge. People want to hear them.
The
Right.
listeners are going to like it no matter what.
That's right.
And we never want to use this, but like you look at just like stats at radio, and for women in general, it's
hard.
A lot harder. I mean, I don't think there was one female in the top 20 at radio most played.
Right.
Last year it was Lainey was, but it was
As
a
a feature.
duet with Jelly Roll.
Right.
So you're just like you do feel like the odds are stacked against you a little bit for sure. And that's not always encouraging, but we're here to knock the doors down and do what we can, and
Yes.
we need female voices at radio.
Yeah.
We need
I can't imagine growing up without hearing like a
You
bunch of
and-
females
yeah.
on the country radio, because that was
that's
our
all we
favorite music.
listened to.
Well,
That's
I
our
always
favorite
say,
music.
like, what would we do if we
Yeah.
didn't have Patsy
Yeah.
Cline
Yes.
or Loretta Lynn
or Dolly
or Dolly or, and then, I mean, it just somewhere along the line, it just switched and
like you have to keep
weird.
that going for the next generation.
Yeah.
If we want to continue to keep going with all of this. So,
Yeah.
But yeah,
I like to encourage my female fans to, champion women artists, because I'm not some feminist or anything, but they have these they have crushes on the guys. Like,
Yes,
oh my God,
yes.
Morgan Wallen is so hot. And,
Yes.
and so I always say, like, I know I get that.
Yeah.
I know that you think he's sexy and he's like a movie star or whoever it is. Like the way that, I would look at Matthew McConaughey or Brad Pitt. But as far as supporting female voices on country radio, I think, women need to do that more and request it more.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're singing what they're feeling.
going through.
Yeah.
We're singing what they're going through.
Absolutely. But yeah, it is different because girls crush so hard on guys, and it's not the same way guys crushing on
No, not at
girls.
all. Not
Also,
at all.
like their girlfriends aren't going to enjoy
Let
them
them.
crushing on, so it is
Right.
it's very different. So, I love that you do that and encourage people
Yeah.
to request, women at radio. And
I mainly just
Well,
get
I don't
jealous.
do it. I
Yeah.
did it just now. That was the first time I thought of it.
Well, great. We'll
No.
take it.
The only reason the men piss me off is because they don't have to do any effort. You're like, no
Right.
maintenance.
Oh,
they
like
can
the
throw on the
makeup?
right.
Yeah.
I am so jealous that they can just like roll out of bed
Yeah.
and put a ball cap on.
I sang
I'm very
with Hardy
jealous.
the other night on
Yeah.
stage, and I was just like, "Would you wear that? Did you sleep in that?"
But it works.
And
And people love it and they don't care.
They love it, and he
Yeah.
looked cute.
So
It
jealous.
was like,
So jealous.
right. I mean, I spent like an hour figuring out what I was going to wear. To
Yeah.
sing with Hardy and all my hair and makeup. Yeah,
I will say that it is a pain to have to do the thing, but we look great. And I always say, like, on red carpets, who are you looking at? Not the men.
that's right.
You're looking at the pretty dresses. You're looking at the hair. You're looking
It's
at the makeup.
very mixed signals, Like the country women fans need to push country women artists
And they do. They do.
really
But
do.
even more. Yeah.
even more.
Can always use more. Yeah.
Always. Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
absolutely. So, are you guys on a bus with your band and crew? Are you in a van? What are you doing?
Honestly, we're mostly flying right now because our routing is absolutely terrible.
Okay.
Because we have
not made the jump to the bus yet.
Yeah. Right.
Like as far as like a very short
So we're
answer.
either-
That's smart. I mean, it's so expensive.
We don't
It's
want to
so
do it
expensive.
until we can always have it.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we don't want the luxury until we can always have
And then
the
have it
luxury.
taken away.
Yeah.
And also our touring right now, like Kendra said, our routing is not really conducive for a bus right now because we're not on tour with one act right now. We are doing a lot of our own headlining dates. We're
Totally.
doing Ferris festivals. We're doing
Casinos.
weekends with,
We're all different. Every show is different.
Cole Swindell or whoever it is.
which is so fun. Honestly, I don't mind the variety at all.
No.
But the routing, it makes it terrible. So
Everybody is doing the variety. Most artists are doing the variety thing.
Yeah,
which
yes.
I do find very fun.
So yeah, we're flying a lot. And we do a lot of shows up in the Midwest because that's a lot of our fan base is up there, especially with headlining stuff. And that's just really hard to get to busing wise.
Yes.
but if it's like within 6 to 8 hours, we'll rent a Sprinter or
That's
a
right.
I
van.
can't wait for our first bus. So what are we
yeah.
going to name
Yeah.
it?
My first bus. Do you want to know the name of my first
I
bus?
do, yeah.
We called it the Naughty Pine Bus because it was meaning. Hold on, let me take this back.
The Naughty Pine
It was
bus?
my first artist bus.
Yeah.
I'd already been on a bus with band and crew, and my son Avery was a baby. Every bunk was full, and so Avery and I slept in that back room on a couch, and we were opening for Alan Jackson, so we were out, for like a year, and so we did that, which we were still so blessed to have a bus. But when I first was able to get my own bus, it was a piece of shit. And it was so ugly. And it was made with this like light colored wood. And it was like, they called it Naughty Pine.
Oh, got
Naughty Pine. But I changed the name to Naughty Pine.
you. Got you.
I like
Yes.
it.
Because it just fit
Well,
me
I'm
now-
better.
picturing kind of like a 70s vibe.
It was like
it
a 70 log cabin. It was a log
yeah.
cabin vibe.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Cozy.
But I had a little,
I don't feel like that fits you, though.
no.
Okay, yeah. You don't give me log cabin vibes. No.
No, it was all I could afford. You know,
Okay.
It got the job done.
it got the job done, and I was on the bus, just me, the baby,
Yep.
and nanny, and KK.
Yep,
doing
and
my hair,
then-
makeup, and clothes.
And then you
That is
upgraded.
truly the dream, though. We talk about, like, we're nowhere near wanting to have kids yet, but, like, we also don't want to give up that part of our lives.
No, don't wait
But-
too long.
No, yeah, Emily, I know. And then it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
like,
That's when I'm like, this song has to go
that
number
whole
one.
mental
It
thing
does.
goes of
It
like,
does.
well, how
You're
many
so weird.
years?
Yeah.
Remind me to tell you something, kid. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, I'm just by having the bus, like, so your kids can come out with a nanny. Like,
Yes.
that's our goal, really.
Yeah.
Totally. Okay, I made a deal with myself that I would not have a baby until I had a number one. And I was around 26, 27. And then I wrote No Place That Far. It became my first number one. And then I got pregnant. But I was 28 when I had Avery, and I felt like that was so old. I mean, because when you're in your 20s, you're like, this is so long
Yeah.
to wait to have a baby.
Yep.
Especially depending on where you come from culturally. Like,
Right.
I feel like, especially like Midwest, you get
Yes.
married younger, have kids younger. That's just the culture. Yeah.
It totally. I mean, I had one boyfriend all through high school. My parents got married right out of high school. So you're right. It is the culture, and that's the culture I came from. And so I was just like, wow, I'm going to be a really old mom. And then I had two more in my early 30s. But all that to say, I felt the same way. The only way I'll be able to afford a nanny and to do this is if I get a number one record. So that's what's going to happen with y'all, because this was meant to be for us to be here talking about
That's
this.
so funny. What if we have the number one and I'm pregnant?
And you're
next
pregnant.
year?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Dang, a lot of things happening.
I'm getting hot now.
Should have worn the sweater.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the
No,
trampoline
honestly,
more.
I try not to think about it, but I just turned 29 and I'm like, oh my gosh, I probably need to start thinking about this now, but I need like a number one or two.
But we need
or
a bus.
three number ones, and we need a bus and all this stuff. And guys don't have to think about that either.
And that's what we also hate
They
them,
don't.
you know. So don't think about that.
I would have quit if I couldn't have taken my kids with me. I
Yeah.
would have just quit. Because
It's so hard.
it's so hard, and I just was not going to leave them at home.
Yeah.
Like, then what's the point?
Right.
You know.
I will say I feel like there are a lot of men in country music who are family oriented. We toured with Walker Hayes quite a bit. And he was like, so when he had his big fancy, like, blow up thing, he was like, hey, this is awesome, but if I can't bring my 6 kids and wife with me, I'm not doing it.
Right.
And I think it's really important to have those kind of role models and people really prioritize family.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seeing y'all do it is, it's like, okay, well, you can do it.
You can do it. It's just harder these days because of the way the industry is, but it will work out.
Yeah.
It will work out. Yeah. I've been like really thinking about, I don't know, maybe God's calling me to do something to try to help artists, like make it possible to make a living wage and do this and still have kids. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of how difficult it is now, we actually used to make money and sell albums.
Yep.
So because all that has changed, I'm not trying to depress you. I'm just saying, but you guys are doing great.
Thank you.
So
Okay.
it's
I don't
not
feel
like
pressure.
you're at that.
Yeah, but it's just like, I think it's an important
That's a
conversation
good
that,
thought. Yeah, I mean, that's really important.
yeah, I mean, that's awesome. But yeah, I think most female artists probably, I mean, not everyone wants to have kids, but if you do, you definitely are thinking about
You're thinking
the
about
timeline
it.
a little bit. And I
Right.
don't think a lot of people talk about
And
it.
it adds this
Right.
weird pressure that, a guy probably doesn't think about. You know what I mean? And so,
Right.
But to hear you say that is really nice, I will say.
Yeah.
Because, you can,
But then, there's so many female artists that you just never have to choose family or career. Like
That's
you can,
right.
you can have both. And I've seen so many examples of that. And I think it's just important to see that and keep hearing about it because you just
Yes.
don't have to choose. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what is your husband? And are you married?
I'm not married, but I have a boyfriend. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You're dating the artist.
Yeah,
Duh.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What's his name? Walker?
Walker Montgomery.
Montgomery.
No, he his
I have
dad
him on
is
the
John
podcast?
Michael. So I don't know if you know John.
His dad is John Michael
Yes.
Montgomery? Oh.
Yes. Uncle's Eddie. So he definitely should have him on the podcast.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he having hits and stuff? Like,
Yeah.
I'm so not.
Well, he
with it.
I feel like he does really well. His music streams really well on social media, but he's currently an independent artist, but he
Okay.
crushes his touring and
he's touring
we're all
the
just
time.
hustling out there,
Awesome.
But yeah,
He
he's
has that
awesome.
like 90s country, really great.
Yeah, which
voice.
obviously his
Obviously.
dad is a big influence, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
he'd
that's
love
so
to be on the
cool.
podcast. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell him.
But yeah, no, husband. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
my husband. What was the question?
What does he do?
Oh, what does he do? So when we moved to Nashville, we all 3 moved together. We're like, we've always been like, we should be a sitcom, honestly.
Yeah.
But he was a freelance photographer for the first 4 years. He takes all of our photos. So if you see any press shots or album
Okay.
covers or whatever, he takes all of our photos. But now he works at Mars Pet Care out in Franklin, Tennessee. And he does digital content for all their brands. So he takes photos of dogs or cats or their pet food or whatever. So
Yeah.
if you buy a bag of
A bag.
a bag.
Listen,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
from the Midwest and I've never even heard that, except I do say pillow.
Pillow.
Hello.
Hello.
I could see that.
See, I think it's Canadian.
Canadian. Yeah, like
Y'all are
North
y'all,
Dakota.
you're way up there.
Yeah.
But so if you buy a bag,
A bag.
a bag
Or Minnesotan,
of
I feel like.
Nutro dog food, Jared's photos on the back of that. So
Okay.
he does that.
Not him, but the one he
Not
took.
him. He would be very cute on the back of. They should put Jared's photo
Buy the dog food.
on the dog food bag. Honestly, it would sell out.
Do y'all live together?
We don't. We
did.
used to.
For
Okay.
like the first 5.
So you were the third wheel.
I was.
Yeah. Okay.
But I like to say we all 3 moved down to Nashville together and we got an apartment down here. So I did like pay rent. I did contribute to the society
Right,
we were
right,
living
right.
in.
Yeah.
But they got married in Nashville. And once they got married, I was like, "Hey, do you guys like want me to move out? What's the situation?"
And we're kind of like, well, we still like.
They still wanted my money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We didn't care about her. No.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
no,
only
you
wanted
needed
my
a
money.
roommate.
Yeah.
They liked my baking because I'm a pretty good baker.
Are you?
Yeah. So
No, it was so nice when we all lived together because obviously we are traveling. We're going. We do so much together for this job.
well, it's so fun too.
It would be like
Yeah.
11 o'clock at night and be like, "Do you want to practice the song?"
It was very
tomorrow?
convenient, I will say.
Try on outfits.
It was hard for you.
Well, and I would say it was very convenient,
Oh,
like
convenient.
to practice and stuff. honestly, it was the best of times, truly.
Yeah.
But we called our last radio single the Move Krista Out Fund.
Jokingly.
Yes. Yeah. We're
Some
very
people
sarcastic.
put it in publications and it sounded like I was just really mean.
Yeah.
This was like jokingly.
Kendra's like one of the nicest people ever. So, yes.
Well, people are so stupid because obviously that's a joke.
Yes.
I
We're
would
always
do
hoping
anything
people understand the humor. But yeah, we have
my
to always feel like
God.
we have to give disclaimers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I moved in actually with my boyfriend last fall-ish. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, we don't live together anymore.
Which is kind of sad.
Which is,
I really miss her dog.
Stay over tomorrow night. I washed
we
the
still
sheets for you today.
It's funny.
Sleepovers are the best.
It's funny now because we'll be on the road and usually we'll have separate hotel rooms, but after the gigs we'll be like, so like want to come over and do our red light mask and face masks and like have a spa night. And
She misses my dog.
I really do.
well,
It's been tough.
here's the thing. Like, I feel like a sibling to my kids. And I think it's because I'm delusional or the way that we grew up all on tour together. And, you know, so I swear, in my head, like my daughters are my sisters. It's weird.
They're your besties.
They're my best friends, my son too. Like we're so close and like we're having family dinner tonight. Did I tell you that already?
That's
chicken.
great though, because that means y'all are you have such a good, healthy
so close.
relationship
That's
with your
awesome.
kids, and
Yes.
like you can talk about.
I didn't grow up in the most open home because, you know, the Midwest is more Midwesterners are more
tight to your
Yeah,
feelings.
they love you so much, but you might not feel comfortable talking about everything in front of your parents, which is very
Or-
understandable.
Yeah, we're not real emotional or with our feelings, you know, like
don't show it as much.
Correct.
Yeah. Yep.
So I vowed that when I had kids, you know, we were going to talk about everything, and my kids tell me everything. And so I feel like they're a sibling. And, you know, my daughter's getting married in September,
That's exciting.
Olivia. And this wedding is about me. And everyone knows that. And so the dress that I'm wearing has become more important than Olivia's wedding dress. Like, for real.
You're
I
really
cannot wait to
fabulous.
see the pictures.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
In this area, or
She's
Okay.
getting married in Franklin.
okay, amazing.
Yeah, in September.
Are you a bridesmaid?
No, damn it.
Oh, but you should be.
Oh,
Well, I was not going to be mother of the bride look.
no, you're gonna
No.
be hot.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would rather die. Like, you know, like they just have, like, mother.
well, the styles aren't great. They make them
not.
look so.
I always think like just because I don't care like how old, like what age you are, you don't have to dress older because you're old. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
We can still dress and be trendy and
And you're not saying that I'm old.
I'm
I
not
know
saying you're
not.
old.
I
I'm
know
not
you're
saying you're old. I'm just saying, like, but
That-
you're,
that
like-
sentence came out.
You did say old.
That's
I might have sorry and
yeah. You know what the worst
the
thing is?
podcast
too?
is just gonna be Ken for now.
Because
So
I'll cut that part out.
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
The worst word in the English language is still.
Still.
You still sound great. You still look great. You still. I'm like, off.
Yeah,
The goal
it's
is
a
to get
backhanded.
better.
It's
Yeah.
a backhanded compliment.
You've
Right.
never
I'm
been
a
hotter.
better singer today than I was 20 years ago because your goal is to get better, not
Because
worse.
exactly, you are better. You
Yeah.
look better.
Don't say still.
Never still.
Yeah, and don't say you don't have to dress old just because you are old.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That was
Yeah.
That was yeah.
I'm so
I
sorry
don't know
for
if
that.
I'm going to give you my hat.
I was saying in general. Yeah, you're like
yeah.
take the hat off. You don't deserve
What
it.
you were saying is you don't have to feel old just because you're the mother of the bride. I think that's what you meant to
yes,
say.
Yes, I'm not the best with my words, and I totally admit that. So you just rephrased it so much better, and I appreciate that.
I'm just giving you shit.
It's okay.
I can't wait to see the pictures. It's gonna be very hot.
Yeah, the dress is amazing.
Yeah.
The dress, but it's not white. That's the only concession I made. Is fine. I won't wear a white dress.
Yeah.
Fine.
Fine.
I mean,
I'll
give her that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know. Did you have a big wedding?
I
And were
had.
you the maid of honor? How do you choose when you have two sisters?
I had them both.
Okay.
I couldn't choose. That felt too. Well, I wouldn't have chosen. I
How
couldn't
could
have
you?
chosen. Exactly.
Yeah.
How can you choose between if you have like 8 sisters? Maybe there's
Yeah, I have
one
4
you're closer
sisters.
to.
So
yeah.
I have 4 sisters, so I chose my best friend.
Oh,
That
okay.
way none of them would get their feelings
that
hurt.
works.
Yeah.
But between two, I was like, no, they're both.
She had a gorgeous wedding. She got married out in Franklin area. Ish.
Yep.
Oh, really?
There was probably 200 people there.
God, that's
so
expensive.
it was expensive. And
Are your parents rich?
no, not at all. I think all of us were very broke after that wedding.
Yeah.
But we were like, what do you do? I mean, we have to get married. And
They had a way of knowing people who like. So her husband's
Yes.
a photographer.
Yep.
So
Did he take his own
So
pictures?
the photographer's gift, his friends were all photographers. Their
Gotcha.
gift was to do the wedding photos. And so they knew a lot of people. And the decorator, she's from North Dakota. And she gave a good
very
like
nice-
family discount.
Yes.
Nice.
So everything looked amazing.
But it didn't
And
cost a fortune.
At full
Yes.
price would have been expensive.
Right.
But we got the good. Well, you got the good
hookups.
Yeah, the hookups, the good family discounts.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And what color were the bridesmaids' dresses?
like this pink.
Do you call
like
it mauve
A
or
mauvey,
dust- rose
dusty pink.
Yeah,
And then
I love
Jared
that.
wore a navy suit, and my dress was very whimsical. It was little spaghetti
Perfect.
strapped, tight here, and then it had like cake layers on the bottom, but very like flowy.
It was very
Yes.
very girly.
Very girly,
love
very
that.
whimsical,
She looked
very
like a cake topper.
romantic vibes.
I love that.
Yes. What are can you say like the
No,
vibes?
she'll kill me.
Okay, I won't say anything.
Surprise.
Surprise.
She
Well, I
will
cannot
kill
wait
me.
to see.
Yeah. Like I don't even think she's shown I don't even think she's shown her dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
My husband hasn't even seen it.
Are you excited to have a son-in-law?
He's amazing.
Okay, good.
He's amazing. His name is Blake. And he's amazing. And his family's amazing. And we vacation with his family. Like how much better does it get?
That's actually
good.
We
amazing.
vacation with his family.
Yeah.
That's the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to break it to his mom that I'm changing the mother of the bride dress up a little. Mm-hmm. She'll just follow my lead.
Yeah.
Because she's beautiful.
Yeah.
So
It's
it'll
gonna
be
great.
fun. It'll be
It's gonna
fun.
be great.
Yeah.
But no, Blake is great. And he was in Olivia's first video.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that how they met?
They met because we were hired to do a private show for his dad's birthday.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So Olivia called. She was on her way to sound check. And it was a fly date because it
Yeah.
was all the way in Oregon. And Olivia called and said, "Oh my God, the runner is gorgeous," not knowing that it was the
son.
guy's son. And I said, "Take your hair down," because I saw her leave with this horrible like pony,
Just
with
the messy bun.
terrible. It was not even a cute bun. Like it was terrible. She goes, "I did." She already took her hair down because she knew what I was going to say. Anyway, it turned out to be his son. He's really, really handsome. Just look her up on Instagram. Olivia Evans.
I've seen you post pictures with their beauty. Your children.
Yeah.
are
Thank you.
Stunning children.
Stunning.
Thank you.
I mean, obviously.
Well, oh my God, you're sweet. But yeah, so then I said, "Why don't you come be in Livy's video?" And he did, and then he moved to Nashville and they got engaged, and it's amazing.
Isn't that crazy
Yeah.
how that stuff works? Just like one day,
Right.
meet, now they're getting married, and
Crazy.
Yeah,
And
amazing.
he's our son.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
He's our son.
Yeah, it's family.
Okay. Are we almost out of time? I'm sorry. The hour goes by so fast. The name of your single again is
Forever From Here.
Forever From Here.
Yep.
It comes out when?
It came out last week, but it goes.
Okay, so you're just
It just came out.
Okay.
Just came out, and it goes to country radio on Monday. So I'm not sure when this airs, but maybe it'll be at
It'll be
country
out.
radio.
It'll be at
It
country
will be.
radio.
It'll already be a hit
It'll
by the
be-
time this airs.
Yes, it's
Yes.
already hopefully a hit, but by the time this airs.
But yeah, honestly,
Yes.
our album 2, probably looking at a fall for album 2 release. And so we're going to be releasing a lot of music throughout the year.
Yep.
Do y'all write well together?
We actually do.
Good.
We only fight for the song.
Okay.
But we have different strengths in the writing room. I'm more lyrically driven. She's more melodic, obviously, because
Okay.
she's the lead singer. And but we really balance each other out well. And yeah, we only put our co-writers in uncomfortable situations every now and then. As far
Right.
as what do you like better? I like this. She likes this.
They have to choose.
Yeah. You must decide.
yeah.
Right. Ooh. But that's why a three-way ride is so good because you can kind of pretend and play dumb. Like, wait, who was it that said that? And
Yeah,
like if
exactly.
you don't like a line.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
No,
what-
I think when we write our songs together, we feel like we can get our best sound, the Tiger Lily sound that
That's
we
right.
want to accomplish. So there's maybe been one time I was sick and you still went to the right, but you didn't finish the song because you're like, we'll just finish it with you.
Yeah, and I
another
also
time.
FaceTimed you. I was like, do you like this?
Right.
You know? So,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to like it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
In order for it to make the record. Yeah. Yeah. Because the no's always have it. If it's a no, then it doesn't make the record.
Right.
Yeah. Tiger Lily Gold. I love the name.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks
I
for
really,
having
really
us.
appreciate it.
This was
very
so
hard not to
amazing.
fangirl the whole time.
Yeah, I know. I'm just staring at you, fangirling.
I'm staring at y'all too. You guys are just beautiful. And
you.
I can tell you have beautiful hearts too. And if you ever want advice about when to have a baby, call me.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because my advice is now.
Well,
I don't know about that.
See, it was Greg that wanted to know when I was losing the weight. No. It'll happen when it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it. Thanks for having us here today.
Absolutely.
And this is
Thank you.
awesome.
One night soon. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have your boyfriend on the podcast.
Yeah, he loved that.
That'd be great. Okay. Thank you guys.